Crystal, say good day. Hey everyone, this is Rich, and this is the story of how you can systemically frame someone and kill them. It's a story of murder and injustice and a conspiracy to pervert the course of justice. It's about heinous victimisation and a state, local and federal government conspiracy to maim, shame, blame and absolutely desecrate one singular person, which is me. And look, I'm in the car at the moment because I'm squatting. I'm not a happy camper because I'm a millionaire on paper, multi-millionaire. However, the powers that be have oppressed me so heinously and with such vile desecration that I have been rendered a homeless, voiceless, complainless, absolute mute. I'm a refugee in my own country, which has citizens' rights and it has whistleblower protections. Now, I'll show you in the video that's coming, because I'm going on my way to a place where I'm squatting. Crystal, say hello. Can you say I love you? Can you say I love you? Crystal, I love you. Yeah, she loves us. We love you too. We'd love some justice. I believe that people are ready to prejudice someone who's got a prior label of mental illness when I've actually got a PhD, so really proving critical thought. Look, I'm on the way to a place where I'm squatting, and there, with the following video, I'm going to make a statement to the federal officer of Prime Minister and Cabinet. I'm going to sign a declaration before the National Parliament, and I'm requesting that I get my compensation. And should that, so this serves two purposes. First of all, it's a public document that goes to identify and shame the government as a murderous conspiracy that victimised me, and further, that when I was dead, it wasn't sufficient that occurred. In fact, after I suffered a fatal injury, which the Hospital Freedom of Information documents say was a fatal injury and a lethal attempt, it was then heinously covered up. My business was framed, my NDIS was ruined. The agents of oppression, which is systemic and act via proxy in terms of like there's an agenda and it's served with faceless people to embolden the methodology of the purpose. The purpose is to render me a homeless, neutral, voiceless vagrant, and it is designed to make me suffer. Now, I've suffered enough, and this serves two purposes. One, it's going to inform the public and my supporters, and I've been a very public advocate of 25 plus years in the recovery sphere, advocating on behalf of people who are more marginalised than myself. And now I'm finding myself that I am the marginalised and persecuted one, and I have no help, I have no food, I have no money, I have the shell of a rental property that I squat in. I deserve more, and I'm going to present this as video evidence with a backup website with all of the evidence that you will require. I want that acknowledged, and I want it acknowledged by the government that this malicious and conscious and systemic and over many, many years, which has intensified over the last, 5 years, is a heinous way to identify, victimise and vilify one individual for the sole purpose of enlarging the space in which that person who has been suicidal and has attempted suicide from systemic oppression and grief of my friend who died. This whole movement is designed and it's got one thing in mind. That is to lengthen and delay and defer any justice, prosperity, maim, shame and blame me in order to enlarge the space in which I may kill myself. Now, it has occurred to me, and it will be proven, that and everything on the website will be proven, and I would like all of that multimedia evidence, my recordings and my PDFs and from emails from many agencies, to be acknowledged by the Prime Minister and the Attorney's Office for a compensation. I don't want much money. Money has never been my currency. I actually just want a simple life, free from oppression. I get death threats at the door. That is not cool. I can't go to police. That is not cool. I died in a hospital, literally died. If I wasn't accidentally found and reluctantly revived, I wouldn't be speaking. That's not cool. What's also not cool is that I was so systemically framed that no one actually saw an issue with that. That's because this movement exploits already existing prejudices in society, within my family and my friends, and broader society in general, that amplify what I've already acknowledged that has to do with me. So either I'm gay, I've used drugs in the past, or I'd suffered some kind of label. These are all reasons why I find it so hard to move forward, and why it is so easy to exploit me and to desecrate me in psychosocial ways with my family, with my friends, with support workers who come in to assist me with my litigation. And further to that, something happens, I don't know what, I don't know how they do it, those people always leave. I have not got one support. I can't go to a doctor. In the whole year since I suffered a fatality in a hospital, and then that was covered up by the state ombudsman, who said there's nothing to see here, you know, because it was me who killed myself. But I mean, they had a duty of care, right? You're not allowed to kill yourself in a hospital. That's pretty baked. So it's just so preposterous. Like, that attempted suicide was not mental illness related. They pumped me up with stupid amount of mind-altering drugs, and I well explained before the CAT team took me in there exactly what's fucking happening. And I know precisely, and I'm grossly aware of the movement to desecrate me, maim me, and to also cover my evidence. And you know that I'm a powerful person, otherwise you wouldn't want to kill me. And that is what this is about. You can't actually kill me and knock me off. That would be too obvious. But you can attack me by exploiting my family, my friends. You can attack me by reducing my prosperity. You can attack me after hospital by intentionally getting the company that hosts my 20-year website with all my evidence to oppose this, to desecrate it, to destroy it. I got one email. It said, your email address, richmclean.com.au. They accused me, ironically, of being conspiratorial. So without further notice, you haven't got a website. We've deleted everything. All your emails are gone. Good luck with your court case. Now, another thing, they're destroying evidence before a court. Now, you'd think that running a business in Victoria, as I did for a few years, that it would be absolutely crystal clear that if someone destroyed your very means by communicating with the world as a professional person and as an academic and as, you know, a friend and a lover and all those other things, that if that was destroyed, there would be a price to pay. Unfortunately for me, how cooked it is that business.vic.gov.au didn't care. Business.gov.au didn't care. They said to go to the Small Business and Family Ombudsman, went there, they didn't care. went to the telecommunications industry ombudsman. They didn't care. Now it has occurred to me, I've reverse engineered this thing. They are geared to set me up to fail or kill me. And should I come forward in a powerful way to hold them to account, I already have evidence that I've been framed as a rapist, as a pedophile, as a dog fucker. And what I didn't know until I got out of hospital, after I'd killed myself out of an absolute hopelessness that they had consciously rendered via proxy over years. And the fact that my sexual abuse case, where I was the victim as a child, didn't get over the line with the magistrate because I had been framed as an extortionist simply because I made a complaint about a GP that was absolutely valid. And further to that, I'll just wrap up now because I'm going to go to the place and then make my statement. I cannot go to the police. I'm a failed whistleblower. I'm bankrupt. I haven't got food. I haven't got a doctor. I haven't got a psychologist a year after I killed myself. I say killed myself, I'm post-death. I haven't got a psychiatrist. I haven't got any medication, or some medication, but medication that I need. I haven't got healthcare. I haven't got the NDIS. They refuse flat out to pay my invoices. They are systemically local government, federal, oppressing, denying, delaying, deferring. It's worked. I've had enough, and I'm presenting this both to the public and both to the government. Either way, this has got to happen. My former partner is an ASIO agent. He insisted I was on a pension whilst he was earning big bloody bucks at ASIO. So, underpinning this are a few points of genesis. One of those points is that he has threatened a hitman on me. He's embezzled millions of dollars in tax evasion and got a slap on the wrist by ASIO, his mates, because people with money protect people with money. And they're trying to cover it up. He was also admitted to me he was present in the murder. He stole my car. He left me with his dying dog, which I had to then euthanise, which was named Chopper because he knew Chopper Reed. He's a criminal, narcissistic, sociopathic narcissist. And the sad thing is he'll never be happy. See, my currency is not money. My currency is actually just laughing, enjoying the breeze, my beautiful dog. I don't need much. However, the government will do one of two things. They will ignore this whole thing, which I will sign a government stat dec on and present the evidence, which is on killhim.info, my website. And in addition to that, if the government don't do anything, I would request that the public support me in my my ability to have a simple life. That is with my bare basic needs met. At the very least, I would like someone to find me a lawyer who can simply acknowledge the relationship my former narcissistic partner and I had, and that he owes me $500,000. So you'd think it'd be easy to get a lawyer to do that kind of stuff, but when you've got a hitman threatened on you and blackmailed with jail, that's a really hard thing to do. Especially hard when your name and your date of birth and your email and everything to do with you is actually on a blacklist. I'm blacklisted from so many places you wouldn't even believe. But anyway, and it's heinous. It's a heinous local, state and federal and private government conspiracy to maim, shame, blame, victimise and desecrate in every way one person. It's worked. You can't take my solo. That's mine. That's mine to have. And further, I just want to mention that you would think that as a person who's complained for a whole year after a suicide, which was deemed fatal in the Freedom of Information, by example, like if I wasn't accidentally found and filled up with blood, I'd be dead. I've noticed a severe lack of cognitive ability and memory. My face has dropped, and I can't feel my feet. It's like they've got socks on. They're numb. I can't feel my feet. I keep falling over in the shower. We're not going to afford the water. Now, you'd think that would be an obviously litigative thing. However, the Health Complaints Commissioner, the Mental Health Complaints Commissioner, the Office of the Australian Information Commissioner, who do the FOIs, and even the State Ombudsman, Ben Calder, hi Ben, how you going, fuckhead, are paid like cowards to toe the company line, which is from the government, to desecrate me and violate my human rights and my very dignity to survive. And they do it with impunity, and they do it with freedom from litigation because I'm framed legally, and they do it with immunity from prosecution. And this is a vile way to treat one person who simply wanted an atonement and an acknowledgement of the suffering that I've been through. Further to that, the hospital CEO, Dave Stevenson, who rejected me care and who knew, because Dr. Kumar was the doctor at the hospital, that my partner was threatening and violent and all that kind of stuff. They absolutely knew he was from ASIO, and they absolutely knew all that was happening. And Stevenson, the CEO of the hospital, told me personally on an email, if I want to sue the hospital for the injustice that's occurred, i.e. the desecration of the human rights thing with an illegal contraband used to slit my artery open and bleed out in the bottom of a loony bin shower from systemic oppression that's lasted years, then I should sue him personally and directly. Now, with that amount of audacity comes a price. I'm not willing to stand for that. I'm not willing to stand for people with money, privilege and power to have immunity against prosecution because I'm dead set fucking framed. And I refuse to back down, and I refuse not to be vocal when my family has been prejudiced and persecuted against me. Everyone has, because I'm in the too hard basket. Now, it's very clear to me what's going on because I'm the existential person that's had to deal with the grief and the oppression and the elongation of my very troublesome health and justice issues that were lasted so long. My sexual abuse case lasted 3 years. They didn't even give an outcome to the lawyer. I mean, that's illegal. And the magistrate wrote to me when I begged for an outcome, as if, like, did it even happen? Like, I don't know. She wrote to me that I was doomed to fail from the start. That's very colourful language for a sexual abuse survivor. And further, another VOCAT case is that I saved a man from being fucking heinously fucking, I thought I was going to kill him. And so I intervened. Very stupid idea. There was probably 6 of them and 2 of us. I had broken bones, lacerations. It was an absolute cook-up. We got smashed. There is a video of the incident, but VOCAT, being a .vic.gov.au or a .gov.au thing, they pinned it on me. I was the one left behind, bloodied and broken, filling out the police report. However, they pinned it on me as the principal aggressor. Rich, but I'll get nothing. Now, this goes back in time even further as another genesis point, my autobiography about my disturbances when I was a young person. There's regretful sex, sure. But, you know, framing me as a rapist and all that kind of stuff, I haven't raped anyone. It's exploiting the very vulnerabilities that I have that talked about in the book, and the movement actually accentuates and works into them in order to turn people against me. And I just want to say lastly that I'm a failed whistleblower with ASIC, with APRA, with the Commonwealth Ombudsman and with IBAC. And I can't go to the police. I've tried many times to report these crimes and they just whitewash blank this at me. I'm on the phone. And so then oh, hang on, this lady's trying to get my attention. She thinks I'm talking to her. But and I just want to say, with Michaelia Cash, the Attorney General, Australian Human Rights Commission free kicked $1 million case to a super company because they're a part of the government. But I actually went under their nose and went straight to the company and got a conciliation. So it's obvious that someone at the Australian Human Rights Agency has said, we must rob Rich bereft of any finance and not give him an outcome. Now, they're the Australian Human Rights Commission. My human rights were trampled on and they free kicked it to the other team. Now, this goes the same with WorkCover, goes the same with Comcare. Oh, Paul Fowler, the top at Comcare, he's the one who rejected me on a technicality. But I tried to get WorkSafe to acknowledge my my appeal with Comcare for WorkCover, which I am validly and legally able to get, because I had to leave work because of another VOCAT case and another incident relating to the sexual abuse and a client that had heinous rape and incest issues. But he was the old head of WorkSafe. Oh, what a fucking coincidence. Paul, you're absolutely corrupt. And I've spoken to many people in high places, including, the Comcare thing has now been adjourned to the AAT, and all these things, AAT, Comcare, AFCA's another one. AFCA's holding on to over $2 million in overdue determinations. They are doing that with impunity, and they are doing it because they can, and they're doing it as attacking me via proxy to rob me and render me homeless. I've begged them and HCF, my insurer, to simply pay me the income assessed because I left work because of an issue. Now, obviously, when you're a public person with someone who's got a prior label attached to them, you're absolutely fucking desecrated. I begged them, I put some beg into it. I begged HCF and AFCA to please get to the point and get to the determinations, but I wasn't aware that the delay and defer tactics are still happening, and AFCA hold on to over $1 million, $2 million in overdue determinations, and they have in-house prejudiced lawyers to them. They are run and overseen by AFSA, and AFSA's overseen by the government, and I can't be a whistleblower. So in actual fact, in every fucking way, I'm absolutely cooked. So yeah, this is the story of Rich Mclean and murder, and how to fucking frame, maim and desecrate someone personally, professionally, in finances, in prosperity, and degrade them of human rights. I can't go to the Human Rights Commission. I can't complain about the Human Rights Commission, and I'm actually banned from absolutely any complaint with the Victorian Human Rights and Equal Opportunity Commission, who say that victimisation is a crime. Hello, I tried to explain this to them, but they blocked me at every turn, and so I went to the Ombudsman, and the Ombudsman said she was just explaining what they do. Yes, it was outside the area of her expertise. That's when I get a lot. Anyway, this is Rich signing off. I'm going to go do the video now. All the evidence that you'll need to know is on killhim.info, and I'm going to present this to the Officer of Prime Minister and Cabinet for conciliation, and if I do not get a conciliation within a certain period of time, which I will specify on the email when I send this video evidence in, and the following video when I get to my squat, I will hopefully get some acknowledgement from the public and the very fucking many hundreds, tens and hundreds of thousands of people that I've helped over my career of altruism, helping other people in vulnerable situations with less prosperity or rights or dignity, or more marginalised than myself. And I did that for 25 years, mostly through altruism, and I expect that hopefully people will see that that I'm not to blame. It's not my shame to have, it's yours. And in further to that, I just want to say that when every pawn in this veneer of the movement to desecrate me acts, they are acting with cowardice. I know what I'd die for, and I died valiantly for it. It kind of changes your perspective on the world. Every person who's being paid by the government to kick the can down the road, delay, defer, and aid and abet my death is actually co-conspiring in the murder that has already happened. And I've lived, I'm alive, I'm not dead, and if you kill me, you can't take my soul. And I plan not to kill myself, and I'm just going to go forward and hopefully get some acknowledgement from the many people I've helped in the past, and to further just really just live a simple life. You know, that's all I want. I don't want millions of dollars, even though I'm a multi-millionaire on paper, or, you know, if there was any justice. So I'm going to sign off now and go to my squat with no food, no psychologist, no psychiatrist, no money. I haven't got a cent, and I'm just going to try and explain. And I've worked vehemently to put this website together, killing.info, with all the evidence you'll ever need. The government and the public can peruse that evidence, and failing the government, which has already failed because Michaelia Cash wrote back and said, sorry to hear about your experience with Comcare. Here's the Sane Helpline. My book was Sane's Book of the Year, and I was a sane speaker. Jack Heath, the CEO, told me to let it go and move on. I can't even. It's going around in loops. But I'm signing off. I hope to have your support. Can Crystal say I love you? Crystal, please look after me and my dog. Crystal. Can you say I love you? Can you say I love you? I love you. Crystal, I love you. Do we love our supporters? We love them. I love you. You can't kill me, and if you do kill me, you can't take my soul, because that's mine. Ed gets to look after the dog, and if any hitmen come after me, this is the reason why I'm dead. It's not because I died of mental illness or drug abuse or any other fucking thing they've tried to frame me with. And I predict that now that I've stood up for myself and made this public appeal to the public, in which I may be supported independently, independent of the government, which is ruthlessly attacking me by proxy, they will frame me with another crime, and I'll be either incarcerated, for which I've been threatened to be locked up indefinitely as a prisoner of the state. That's how the government treats free thinkers. And or I'll be defined for a crime, and whatever they pin me with, it's got to be way less than a huge national conspiracy to kill me, which has already happened, and then cover it up, but then desecrate him more. I can't go on. I could, but I won't. I hope to have all your support. It's Rich Mclean, artist, author, advocate, human rights champion, fucking legend. Still got a sense of humour. And I'm a fucking doctor, you know? Doctor of philosophy. There you go. Dr. Dick, you can call me. That's what I tell all the young cubs. And signing off. Thank you for your support. Go to the website, killing.info. I really need your help. The public's help, and I hope to gain it, because I predict the government won't, because I've already spoken to the Attorney General, and unless this frames the government publicly to act, I don't know what will happen to me. It's urgent. I'm happy with really no attachments and nothing. It's quite freeing, liberating actually. But anyway, signing off. I hope to have your support. Okay, cheers. Love to you all. Bye.